Greetings and welcome to the Iconic Brands Webcast. It is now my pleasure to introduce your host, Richard DiCicco, CEO for Iconic Brands. Thank you, Mr. DiCicco. You may begin.
Thank you very much. I first want to thank everyone for joining the call this afternoon and listen to our company story. I think you're going to find it very informative, entertaining at some points, and I believe you're going to leave this call much more informed about the U.S. and global alcohol beverage business than prior to you coming onto the call. First, a little bit about myself. I'm a 44-year-plus veteran of the alcohol beverage business globally. Came up through a company called International Distillers and Vintners as a third-party global contractor for IDV. Those brands in the IDV portfolio were Bailey's Irish Cream, J&B Scotch, Goldschlager, Malibu, Smirnoff, Absolute Vodka, etc. 32 of the most prominent, prestigious, and profitable brands in the global liquor business at the time under the company name, the Paddington Corporation. Today, that company is part of the largest drinks company in the world called Diageo after the merger with Guinness and Grand Met, who was the parent of International Distillers and Vintners. So Iconic Brands. After that merger, Iconic Brands, I put together a portfolio of my assets, my collateral assets and relationships around the world in production and in the United States in distribution. I have the ability to produce any type of alcoholic beverage at the most prestigious and premier distillers and vintners around the world, and I have the ability to bring those to the United States and put them into market through my relationships with the Southern Glazers of the world, the Republic Nationals of the world, the Breakthroughs, all top-line distribution companies through my tenure and relationships at IDV. Today, the brands are in the Iconic portfolio that we're currently working with. One is a brand called Bellissima. It's a line of certified organic, certified vegan Prosecco and sparkling wines, partnered with Christy Brinkley, supermodel Christy Brinkley. And of that portfolio, there are three very interesting flavor expressions. There's a classic DOC Brut Prosecco, there's a sparkling rosé, and then there's a very unique, and unless somebody came out with one prior to me jumping on this call, the only one of its kind on the planet called Bellissima Zero Sugar, Zero Carb Sparkling Wine. 100% all natural. We extract every bit of sugar out of the wine, making it a very unique expression with a great appeal to, as you could appreciate, the keto sector. People that are pre-diabetic, people that are diabetic have a lot of interest in this brand. And Christy Brinkley, as a partner, being the quintessential marketeer, has done an amazing job of bringing this brand into the forefront, if you will, of brand awareness. Segueing into what Christy has done as of late in Q4, after 8 months of extensive vetting, we entered into the world of QVC. So Bellissima Prosecco has now become somewhat of a staple on the QVC network. Christy Brinkley went on QVC in December, her first appearance on December 4th, and in two 12-minute segments, prime time, she proceeded to sell in excess of 30,000 bottles of Prosecco. It had a run rate, or as they call it, a DPM rate, dollars per minute, in excess of $10,000 a minute. So what I'd like to do, that's a perfect segue to move into slide number 2. This will be a minute-and-a-half quick video that will show you Christy's latest appearance on QVC last week. And I think you'll enjoy it. And then when we jump out of that, we'll take you into some of the new brands and the direction of the company.
I have had friends, I've had colleagues, I've had stylists, I've had one of my best buddies at QVC that I've known forever and ever say to me, have you tried the Christy Brinkley Prosecco yet? And I'm like, wait, it's always sold out. So it's back tonight at a time when getting your favorite wine delivered to your door is very difficult and expensive, and you might not be able to buy wine at all. We are back with Bellissima by Christy Brinkley, and Christy Brinkley is joining us live via Skype. Hi, Christy, welcome back to QVC.
Hi. Oh, I'm so thrilled to be here. Thank you for having me.
Oh, it's great having you here. And you know what, Christy, I wish I had a dime for how many people have said to me, have you tried Christy's zero sugar sparkling wine? And I'm like, okay, I can't because, as you know, it has sold out every single time we've had it on the air. And Stacey, you're a big fan.
Oh, Christy, I'm such a fan. Actually, it was Bellissima all around that we used to pop the new year on New Year's Eve at my household.
All
And it was such a
right. My sparkling wines are, first and foremost, I am so proud to say they're organic, 100% organic, and certified vegan, which means they haven't been filtered through animal parts, which is a wonderful thing, especially if you're vegetarian like me. I have 3 expressions that are all delicious. Our zero sugar is the one everybody wants to know about first because we are the one and only zero sugar.
So just jumping back in for a moment, that particular video clip on QVC, that was just a small fragment of the show that night. The QVC relationship gave birth to a very relevant piece of the business today and how the business has changed as a result of the current situation in the United States with COVID. It's interesting how it's affected every aspect of every one of our lives. But in the alcohol beverage business, what has happened is, over the last several years, there's been a pent-up demand for people to be able to buy their alcoholic products, if you will, online, direct-to-consumer, DTC as we refer to it. And there have been many platforms that have popped up, the wine.coms, the Vingos, the Splashes, Get Wine Online, et cetera, et cetera. So when we had put together this relationship with QVC for 8 months, we established that entire back-end piece of business, if you will, the framework. Everything was in place to handle that direct-to-consumer business online. Now, that online platform we put into effect at our own website, bellissimaprosecco.com, so we were able to provide to consumers all over the country access to our product. The QVC piece was basically on cruise control, and then COVID kicked in after the first of the year, and it drove everybody to looking for their products online, and we were in business ready to go. The strong fourth quarter that the company experienced was a combination of 2 things. The brand was grabbing natural traction after its 2+, close to 3 years in the marketplace. That's exactly on target for what we look for a brand to grab traction in the alcohol beverage business. And it was coupled by the second piece being QVC. Q1 came into effect. It came in with a very, very strong Q1 over last year of 300+%, and we attribute that directly to online sales, QVC, again, et cetera, and people becoming very comfortable and very happy, frankly. It's unfortunate how this had to come to be, but it is what it is, and it is here, in my opinion, to stay. And the industry experts are all saying, and this, you can look it up in the trade, that this is the way that Americans are going to be purchasing their alcoholic beverages from now on, period. There'll still be the classic standard forms of distribution because, you know, when you're in the supermarket in a particular state where you can access, you would buy it there. So I'm going to move off of Christy Brinkley's Bellissima for a minute and bring you into another very exciting brand, Hooters. So everybody's heard of the restaurant chain Hooters. We worked for a number of years working with the Hooters Corporation out of Atlanta, Georgia, fabulous, iconic, pardon the pun, brand. Everybody's familiar with Hooters. And we worked out a contract where we created a line of Hooters spirits, Hooters vodka, Hooters gin, Hooters rum, light and dark, Hooters tequila, Hooters whiskey, and something very special called Hooters Heat that goes directly at a brand called Fireball that everybody's familiar with. One of the hottest brands in the business, if not the hottest brand, the only brand that ever took Jägermeister off the perch. So we create this brand for Hooters, and this brand is mandated at all corporate Hooters stores across the country. local liquor merchant, eventually a Costco, a Walmart, a Total Wine, a Bevmo, a large box store, have a display of Hooters products visible, have brand ambassadors, have 10,000 brand ambassadors or disciples across the country called those Hooters girls that would be working that store, doing tasting, giving out merchandise, promoting the brand. And here's the kicker. Here's a fabulous, if you will, caveat to this brand and other brands that will follow suit. On the neck of every single bottle of this Hooters product, there'll be a neck tag. And on that neck tag, there'll be a free appetizer back at Hooters restaurant. So you could appreciate how much Hooters loves this concept. The chairman of Hooters at the time said to me, "Rich, I'll give out free appetizers all day, every day. It's cost of acquisition." All these national restaurant chains are looking for acquisition of customers, whether it's Fridays, whether it's Applebee's, whether it's whoever, they're all looking how to get that customer. So now we've created a way for Hooters to acquire a customer. It's an inexpensive cost of acquisition of that customer and drive back a new revenue stream back to the retail restaurants that they've never had, never even dreamt of. So think about it. The big game is on Saturday, the night before. You go into the store, fraternities, the sororities, whoever it might be. They buy a bottle. They get a free T-shirt. They get a $10 appetizer. The retail bottle average price on a bottle of Hooters vodka nationally for a liter is $12.99. So you walked out of there with all that merch and a free appetizer and the bottle. You pretty much made money. So the concept is very solid. I view the Hooters brand, it's changing the way national restaurant chains are looking at their acquisition of alcohol. It's a game changer. Hooters pioneered this program with us. You can appreciate we own the well now, the speed rack in every single Hooters corporate restaurant in the country. The well or the speed rack is the most covered, sought-after piece of real estate in any on-premise beverage, alcohol establishment in the country. The largest drinks companies in the world fight for that space, and we now own it. So I view that as the first domino in a series of other dominoes that will fall, or you can view it as a thorn in the side of every major liquor company that just lost, 400 wells. And the first domino has kicked over two other dominoes, to be frank, and we're in negotiation. We're in deep negotiations and just about to finalize with one of those dominoes. So you will appreciate we're about to deliver the second large thorn in the side and also the second domino. Now, the products are they're super premium liquid products, and we deliver them at well pricing. So we're very, very excited, as is Hooters Corporation, on the Hooters brand. In addition to the Hooters brand and the Bellissima brand, we produced, if you look down on the slide right to the lower right corner, a vodka called BV. This is the one and only Sicilian vodka in the market ever produced, ever exported from Sicily. It's produced for and with our partner, Chaz Palminteri, a famous actor from the movie everybody knows, Usual Suspect, Bronx Tale, of course, which is his flagship, and many, many other movies, close to 100 other movies that Chaz has produced. This is a very legitimate, strong brand. BV means to drink in Sicilian. It's produced from Italian semolina wheat. And this is a brand that the company will look at a targeted release in certain markets in Q3, Q4. In addition to these brands, we have several other brands that are in final stages of R&D, or even further than that. They've already been approved by the government. One is in final label approvals, and we'll be launching those. One will be launching because of the strength of the actual brand. We believe it's going to change the way people drink a particular wine in this business. We'll launch that this summer, and all other brand releases will be in Q1 of 2021. So I'm just about at my point of Q&A. I've taken it through the brand. It's a very exciting time for the business. The business has absolutely changed. Traditional distribution is being diluted by direct-to-consumer and online for sure, and we're well-positioned, and we've been taking advantage of that positioning a month. So at this point, I'd like to move into some questions. Well, first question here is, I'll just read it off, but I think I've answered it. Can you tell us about any new and exciting brands in your portfolio? And I think I've mentioned those too. You know, we could talk about another national account brand coming on board, and one that we believe is going to change the way that wines are consumed. Here's another question here. Increase in online sales and how long you expect. I think I answered them in my presentation. I believe online sales are here to stay forever, as do most people in the industry. The increases have been incredible. I mean, like I said, plus over 300% year over year over last year. Just looking at the last one, your startup expenses for new projects is unusually high. What are you doing to do in the future for memory? Okay, so I'm not quite sure what unusually high is. If you'd like and you want to go deeper into this and I can get a better understanding of what direction you're moving on towards that, I'm happy to. If you reach out for us on, offline, I'll gladly answer that question. Usually we develop brands, and I think we're quite, we have great economies of scale when we launch a brand. We do them ourselves. We don't hire agencies. I've been doing this for 40 plus years, and I'm not quite sure what you're referring to. Any other questions? So I don't see any other questions coming in. We'll give it another minute. I think we have another minute or two on the platform. Well, I want to thank everybody. I appreciate you listening. And if you need any further information, we have a coordinate part of the PowerPoint. Please reach out, and we'll absolutely look forward to speaking with you.
Ladies and gentlemen, this does conclude today's teleconference. Thank you for your participation. You may disconnect your lines at this time, and have a wonderful day.